so tired. If I haven't hide, oh my gosh, I can't talk today. Ugh. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we're gonna go over my process that I go through when I'm looking for a PA job. A quick tip for new grads who are applying, I would say to apply about 2 to 3 months before you're going to graduate. That's a good time to start. But if you're planning on applying to a hospital, I would call ahead of time and see if they accept applications that don't have a license number yet. So before you graduate, you're not going to have your PA license number. Even if you get a temporary one, some hospitals don't accept that because their credentialing process is a little bit more strict. So save yourself some time and call beforehand so that you don't have to waste your time doing an application that's never going to be looked at. When it comes to looking for jobs, I use pretty much the same 5 resources. I'm not sure how many there are, but I really like Indeed. I use ZipRecruiter, Glassdoor, Doc Cafe, also FAPA, which is our organization for Florida. It's Florida Association of PAs. In order to look at the job boards for these associations, you usually have to do like a monthly fee or a membership fee. I'm not sure which one. Indeed is a great search engine when looking for PA jobs. So all you want to do is go to the what bar and type in physician assistant, and then for where you can type in whatever location you want to be in. Once it loads, it's going to bring up all of the job postings that are going on right now. If you want to further refine your search, you can search by the salary estimate, by the job type, full-time, part-time, and by a little bit more specific locations or other cities. Just from the main page, I like to just take an overview at what fields the jobs are in, the salary, if it's full-time or part-time, and then I can click on the actual job itself to find out a little bit more about the job, what they're offering, if they have any kind of requirements or credentialing that they require. They'll usually list whether or not they want you to have some kind of experience or if they accept new grads. It all is really pretty self-explanatory though, and the site is really easy to navigate. If you're looking for a job in a specific field, you can actually type that field into the search bar with physician assistant and refine the jobs like that. For example, here in South Florida, there aren't too many surgery jobs, so a lot of the postings that you're going to see are going to be unrelated. Another great search engine you can use is ZipRecruiter. It's the same concept as Indeed, but sometimes there are more jobs on here. So this little pop-up will come up and you can enter your email address and they will contact you if any more new jobs show up in the area that you're looking for. It basically has all the same functions as Indeed, just sometimes you'll have more listings here. One pro tip I want to mention is when you look at these ads, you want to see what day they posted. So this one was posted 6 days ago, so it's most likely still available. But jobs that were posted over 30 days ago, you may not want to waste your time applying, or you may want to call instead and see if the job is actually still available. Another great resources for jobs is organizations made by your state. So ours is FAPA, Florida Association of PAs, and usually you need to log in and be a member in order to access these jobs. So my last and favorite source for finding jobs is referrals from friends. So friends in the PA field are going to know better about the doctor that's looking for a PA. Usually they know their style and know that they're going to be a good supervising physician for you. With that being said, networking is a really huge beneficial thing to do, meeting new PAs and just hanging out with them because you guys are in the same career choice, so you guys can talk about all the crazy crap that happens every day and can refer each other when you know there are jobs open. Once you're in your interview, usually at the end they ask you if you have any questions, and now is a perfect time to be able to go over anything that you may have jotted down while you were looking at the job posting to begin with. So for example, if it didn't say on the listing whether it's a part-time or a full-time job, whether it's a hospitalist job or an office job, if there is a call schedule, and if there is, what is the schedule? Is it once a month? Is it once every 3 weeks? Questions like that, so that you can get a good understanding of what the job entails. So the last and most important question that I like to ask is if I can come to their office one day or even half day to shadow and get a feel for the office and for the dynamics of the environment. What am I saying? Just so that you can go and see the dynamics of the office, see the environment, and see really if it's a good fit for you. You'll learn with time that not all jobs are perfect for you. You may hate sitting in an office you may hate sitting in an office all day and not really know it, or until you get there, until you're in the job and you're like, get me out of here. Or let's say you're a hospitalist and you're going around to so many hospitals and you're like, why am I going everywhere? I'd rather just sit in the office all day and see people in one location. So it's a really good idea to shadow so you can see what it is that you like and get an idea. For the 3 years that I've been a PA, I have gathered a list, you can say, of warning signs that you want to look out for or be aware of when you're looking for a job. Things you want to look for are, one, if they have a high turnover rate of their staff. So if their staff is quitting or they're getting fired very quickly and there's a turnover of new people very often, then there's something wrong, really. Either the management is doing something wrong, this place just isn't for them, maybe it's very unorganized, I don't know, but it's never a good sign when people keep quitting. Another thing to look for is if they're willing to train you or not. So if they say they are willing to train you, but they push you into the room and make you go see people without any kind of training, then that's probably somewhere you don't want to be. The last thing I like to look at and sometimes don't really take into account is the reviews on the doctor or the office that you're looking to work for. So of course, people are going to post either really great reviews or really bad reviews, and usually there's never like the in-between where there's like, oh, I had a decent experience, great. So if a doctor or an office has maybe a 1 or 2 star overall review, I don't always take that to heart. I really want to go through the comments and see what they're saying to see if they're valid or not, because usually people complain about wait times, which what can you do about wait times aside from schedule your office effectively? The things that I am looking for in the reviews is about, like the cleanliness of the office, the behavior of the staff, whether they're rude or not, how they interact, and of course, hygiene. I said cleanliness. It's the same thing, okay. And the wait times and just their overall experience. So if it's a 1 or 2 star review and they're only talking about a wait time, not really something you want to take into consideration until you're there and you see exactly why that's happening. So I just want to go over some contract basics. So I'm not going to go too much into contracts because I have a friend and colleague named Leanne Hahn, and she has a business called Advanced Practice Provider Solutions, and she teams up with lawyers to review contracts and help PAs negotiate. So her link is down below in case you're interested in her services. The things that I do look for on a contract obviously are, 1, do you have a contract? So if you don't have a contract, then you probably shouldn't work there, or you should ask for one. On your contract, you want to make sure your name is on it, obviously, the date of commencement is on it, and everything, because this is your reference point. This is your hard copy of what your job entails, so that if you ever have any questions, there's never any confusion. You can always refer back to your contract. So when looking at your benefits, you want to see, do they pay for your medical insurance? Do they give you pay time off? Do they give you CME allowance, which is the continuing medical education? Do they give you money for that? Do they give you days off for it? Do you get paid time off? Do they reimburse your malpractice? Do they reimburse your licensure? So all of these things are things you want to think about. If they're not in your contract now, you want to think about negotiating them into your contract, because they're important parts of a career. Are they? I don't know. Another thing to look out for is a non-compete disclosure. So not many places have a non-compete. Usually it's more in the field of aesthetics or a very specialized field. But basically what a non-compete is that you're not allowed to practice in the same field within a certain mile radius from the office that you're currently working at. So if that's something that they want to include into your contract, try to see if you can get it removed, or if you can, try to think about, you know, if this is something you really want to do, because it does keep you from moving forward or moving on from this company and doing your own thing if that's something you want to do, or even just it didn't work out with the people there with that company. And of course, the most important thing you want to look at is your salary. How much are you making? How much are they offering you? So when it comes to salary, a really good resource is the AAPA salary report. They do one every single year, and they basically do a survey and ask a whole bunch of PAs. What field do you work in? Where do you work? How much do you make? And all those great questions. So it's pretty accurate. And by having this report, you have a really solid argument for negotiating. This is the website that you're going to get the AAPA salary report. So this report is done by, again, the AAPA, and it's done every year. I believe if you participated in the survey, it is free of cost, but otherwise it's going to cost you $200 in order to access the report. I just wanted to give you guys a quick overview of the salary report from AAPA. This one is from 2016. When you go to the table of contents, it will show you what page to go to see salaries based on specialty, based on what state you're in, hospital versus outpatient. It's very thorough. So if you want to know how much people make in the specialty that you're in and in the state that you're in, this is a great resource to look for that. It usually shows you the average, and then actually it goes by percentiles, so you can see exactly what they're making, and you can use it as a competitive argument when you're negotiating your contracts. Last but not least, make sure your contract is signed by both parties. So you sign your contract, and your doctor or the manager, whoever that person is, signs the contract. You date it, and you get a hard copy of it, because you always need it. You never know what's going to happen. If there's any question on like bonuses or anything like that, you can refer back to your contract, and there should never be any confusion. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you guys got some helpful tips from it. Tune in next time for my next one. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. Click the like button because it really helps. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye. What was that? I don't know. Let's see what happens.